Hi, everyone. I'm Josh Brockway, Director of Spiritual Formation for the Church of the Brethren and part of the Discipleship Ministries team. We're here to take just a few moments to talk about some online giving practices, since we've seen all of these congregations go through just massive innovations. We want to share some thoughts with you for a few minutes.
And I'm Tracy Ravenstein. I'm the Director of Mission Advancement. Over the past month and a half, we've all made some great strides in changing the way that we live and worship. It's been difficult to hear advice from our medical experts and policy changes coming from our state governments that are encouraging us to not physically gather. But we know that there's a greater good here that we're trying to accomplish, that if we stay at home, we do the best to live out these changes in an effort to keep safe the most vulnerable among our midst, and hopefully keep those of us out of the hospital as many as we can. Yet this call to be physically distant hasn't stopped us from gathering, at least not virtually. And through the amazing technology of social media and our virtual meeting softwares, we as denominational staff have been witness to your leadership and ministry in new and creative ways. And I, for one, am humbled by the fearless and adaptable ways all of our congregations have stepped into these new realities.
We know that all of us are barely keeping pace with what's happening around us. It seems like the news changes on a matter of minutes. And many leaders have shared with us the feeling of profound decision fatigue, right? That we're exhausted by the pace at which we are needing to make changes and adapt our ministries, seeming on the fly.
One of the things we also know is that our ministries haven't stopped, and the ministries in all our areas of our denomination are continuing. That means that bills need to continue to arrive, and salaries and wages are needing to be paid, and our contributions to our other partners is needed now more than ever. Yet we aren't doing things like we used to. We don't have plates to pass during our Facebook Live or Zoom gatherings.
So several weeks ago, we received a helpful guide from the Ecumenical Stewardship Center. The Church of the Brethren and Discipleship Ministries and Mission Advancement all partner with the Ecumenical Stewardship Center, and they were generous enough to provide us some guidelines to think about gathering tithes and offerings beyond the offering plate. If you haven't seen it, there's a PDF and a link that's available on brethren.org under COVID-19 resources. We've spent some time as denominational staff also making connections and contacts with various providers to see what online tools are available to receive your givings. And we wanted to share some of what we've learned with you.
So first, all online tools have a transaction and or processing fee. These fees are to cover the costs charged by credit card companies. So just note that the fee can be covered directly by the giver or indirectly. And what I mean by that is, so let's say the transaction fee is 2.49% with a 30-cent processing fee. So if someone gives $100 and decides not to cover the cost, the total amount the church would receive would be $97.21. But if the giver would decide to cover that cost, their final total would be $102.79, so that the total amount received by the church would be the $100 gift. Also, some platforms charge monthly usage fees for their online solutions. So just be aware of some of these things, that when you're looking for these options, that you pay attention to that bottom line. Another way you could also encourage giving is to have individuals set up recurring bill pay options through their banking institutions. And that can be set up as a weekly or monthly transaction. Finally, we want to highlight one of the groups that can meet your online giving needs, and that's Faith Life. Faith Life's online giving solution has two tiers, a standard and a premium. The standard tier has no monthly fee for the congregation whose monthly giving does not exceed $7,500. And the premium tier has a $49.99 monthly usage fee, but they're currently waiving that fee for 6 months in lieu of the pandemic. The benefit of that premium tier is that processing fees for credit card and ACH transactions are just a little bit lower. Josh and I talked with the representatives at Faith Life, and we were pretty impressed with this particular offer and the ways that they are working with congregations to respond quickly and securely to assist maintaining as close to normal giving patterns as possible. And so if you'd like more information or have other consultation needs, please feel free to reach out to me at ma@brethren.org.
One of the things that I hope you know is that churches that have transitioned to online giving platforms have generally seen upwards of 20% increase in their giving. So this move to online giving can help sustain your ministries for the long term and not just during these stay-at-home orders. Whatever you decide in the coming days and weeks, we hope you know that we are praying with and for you. We're always available for conversations or just to check in, but also to hear your questions or what resources might be needed in this time. Please don't be afraid to reach out to us. We know that we are gathering together in this time as the body of Christ in a variety of ways. All this we offer to you in a number of ways that we can, especially here on a video. We hope to see you again soon. Take care.